Hi, we're here today in London at Huawei's Analyst and Media Briefing, and we're sitting here with Kris Szaniawski from Informa, and we're talking about professional services. So Kris, there's been a lot of attention around professional services with the recent evolution of telcos and the sort of telecom networks changing. A lot of vendors have started thinking about changing their business model to be more of a service-led business as opposed to the traditional hardware-led business. What is your take on that? How do you see the industry changing around that?
It's definitely something that's been happening in recent years, and you're right to point out the fact that it's supplier driven, but we're also seeing very strong operator appetite for changing things. And I think a lot of something that is new that we're seeing a lot of is a new renewed focus by operators on operational transformation projects. That is to say, on larger scale projects that involve not just platform changes, but changes to people and processes. And this is, by its very nature, they need strategic partners. They need managed service provider partners or global service providers to help them with that.
So with ICT converging, what are some of the new trends you're seeing in managed services and system integration?
I think we're seeing multiple trends. I think there's definitely something we are seeing is, and this is borne out by the interviews, by the surveys we've been taking, appetite for much wider range of partnering. So that is to say, the operators are going much beyond the old model of sort of partnering with somebody for network management or maintenance. They've moved to a wider model where it's IT, it's OSS, BSS, it's value-added services, you name it, they're increasingly prepared to outsource it. But coupled with that, because it is a bit of a mishmash, we're also seeing an increasing trend towards having one throat to choke. That's to say, operators want a relationship with somebody who can tie all these things together for them.
So customer experience management is something that we're seeing more and more attention on. It seems like it's critical to the business. So what can vendors do to help operators meet that challenge?
Yeah, I think operators they've realised that they have to deliver the end results in terms of customer experience. No use just monitoring network KPIs and hoping that actually delivers something. They have to have a sort of end-to-end view of what is happening in terms of sort of service and customer experience. And for that, they need partnerships. They need somebody to assist them with that.
Okay, how is the managed services market changing?
It's definitely evolving, and it has been over the past few years, but it's partly an appetite for a wider range of services. But I think also as new technologies come in, the operators need assistance with these strategic partnerships to help in those. So it doesn't matter whether it's machine to machine, whether it's sort of all moving to all IP, or small cells as well. All these are areas that increasingly operators need managed services assistance with. But coupled with that, we're also seeing perhaps more business-led trends, that is to say, centralization. So a lot of the large operating groups need to centralize, make their operations more efficient across the different regions. So there's multiple pressures.
So based on your knowledge of what Huawei is doing in these areas, how do you see they're reacting to the markets, and how do you see, where are they at in terms of being able to offer solutions that will help these operators?
I think Huawei are coming at it from a range of different directions, but I mean, if I'd single one out, I guess it's the customer and service centric element to it. So it's an increasing focus on working very closely strategically with the operators so that they're not just managing KPIs, they're delivering on KQIs, they're delivering on some of the business objectives that the operators have and are also being judged on that basis. And therefore, what you're seeing increasingly is a continuous development model. You're seeing something that they've been putting a lot of focus on, where they'd work very closely with the operator to to both react to what's happening and to what they're measuring in the market and the customer experience, but then actually going on to develop it and build a more strategic focus to what they're doing with the operator.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Kris, thanks so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate your insights and you sharing your ideas with us.
Thank you.